was very nice. Attorney Jasmine.
She nice looking.
And so,
Don't never get no attorney look like that. Cause you ain't gonna be in pocket right to make sure you agree. She gonna dump you and you just gonna be sitting there mesmerized, looking in her eye, look how sexy she is, how good she smell, not even caring cause she's sweet. I don't want no attorney look that good. Fuck all that.
You are now in the Black Box with Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Listen.
Gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing. To be back in the Black Box. Black Box.
Relax, roll up as we randomly react to content in these YouTube streets. Yeah. It's time for R&R.
Nigga Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the Black Box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
The constant, consistent, continuous content creation campaign continues. Yep, we still on the 7 C's. And this time, we done landed on an iceberg. The channel is Discretion TV. Title is Suge Knight sets the record straight on Reggie Wright Jr., John Highland, Mob James, Diddy, and Tory Lanez. But before we get into all that, do y'all remember this young lady right here? This fine lady right here. She was the one in the intro of the clip that I was on the picture that I was talking about. Attorney Jasmine. Apparently she serves in some capacity as Suge Knight's attorney. And you know, Suge Knight and Reggie Wright, they've been whoop, wop, bap, bap, it's a fight. And we was reacting, and as you can see in the clip, I had a episode of Love at First Sight. Not thinking about her, whoop, wop, wop, Reggie politicking, talking to She-Net, and whoop, and he puts her picture on the screen. And let me remind you of my natural, organic reaction as we get into this. So hold on, y'all. This is crazy. This remind me something I often remind myself, as well as my brody, Eastside Herb. You never know who's watching. But check this out.
was very nice. Attorney Jasmine.
She nice looking.
And
Ain't she, y'all?
so,
Don't never get no attorney look like that. Cause you ain't gonna be in pocket right to make sure you agree. She gonna dump you and you just gonna be. Now, for those who don't understand the lingo, dump you, I don't mean like break up with you, separate from you. In the lingo, when I was jailing, lawyers that were not efficient, the nickname we had for them was dump trucks. So if they mishandled your case, you've been dumped. They dumped you, they dumped on you. So when I was saying she gonna dump on you, I was suggesting, and let me say this, I was being extremely facetious just because she's beautiful. I do not at all want to have an adverse effect on her practice or her clientele, which I doubt that I really would. But I was just being funny, just trying to compliment her in a backhanded way. And I was saying that she would dump your case, not handle it correctly, and when you would naturally normally be upset if it was an old wrinkle-faced white dude or a black man, with her, you wouldn't even care. It was just a joke. That's what dump mean. She's sitting there mesmerized, looking in her eye, look how sexy she is, how good she smell, not even caring because she's sweet. I don't want no attorney look that good. Fuck all that. So, I think I released that clip earlier today or yesterday evening. And then hours later, in my DM, first I see it said, Attorney Jasmine followed you. I'm like, damn, that gotta be her. Picture looks the same. So then I look at my DM, she had sent me a DM. And of course, I'm over here like, ooh, it's cracking. I was really anticipating this being a more of a personal reach out, however it wasn't. And we communicated back and forth. And she requested my email address. So when I went to my email, she had forwarded me a letter. It was quite official. It was on her official letterhead as an attorney. So as I read it, I asked her, was this for me to read aloud online? And she requested that I did so. I invited her to call in. She expressed a little bit of apprehension or nervousness in doing so, but she did request that I share this letter with the public with a capital yes, because WTF. So here, I'm going to read it along with you. So, statement regarding recent broadcasts, May 28, 2025. This was posted on the Bomb First YouTube channel today at 10:30 a.m. However, it was deleted by the channel's host or moderator. As such, the entire comment and screenshots showing, it's in parentheses, of course, or y'all can see that, showing submitted 0 seconds ago are below. Now, mind you, as I'm reading, I'm scrolling left to right when I get to the end of the sentence. That's the little pause. I was made aware of this matter today by multiple male members of my family and, as such, feel compelled to respond. For the record, I wish to affirm that I am a single individual. I categorically reject any assertion or implication that I serve in a subordinate or quote-unquote runner capacity for any individual. I was retained and duly compensated for legal services rendered in accordance with professional standards and lawful agreements. At all times, I have conducted my legal practices with competence, integrity, and in full compliance with the ethical obligations required of me as an attorney licensed to practice law in the state of California. For my license sake, I am not, nor have I ever been, subject to an involuntary psychiatric hold pursuant to California Welfare and Institutions Code. Blah, 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 blah. I also wish to express my deep affection and respect for my stepfather. Tweet. I sincerely regret the poor judgment of any person who invoked his name in a negative context. May God be with you. It is my hope that mutual peace and respect will prevail and that moving forward, innocent bystanders, myself included, are not made casualties of ongoing online conflict. Finally, to the extent any statements or claims were made during the broadcast that I have not specifically addressed herein, such omissions should not be construed as agreement. Thank you, Attorney Jasmine. So I felt behooved to, on her behalf, share these sentiments in this letter because, got two grown men going back and forth based on things that took place before either of them met her. And it's like a mudslinging contest. And my platform somehow got kind of caught up in it. So I wanted to read that. But then as we was going back and forth, and I told her, I said, well, you want me to read this on my channel? She said, yes, could you please, if you have time, to mention it on one of your shows? She had no idea. I don't believe that I was going to turn it into an entire segment. So I made this thumbnail and I shot it to her. I said, I'm on it. She said, thank you. And she sent me the link to this. She said, all this bullshit started right here. So that's why we're going to go to this video that I read the title to, and Suge Knight setting the record straight, and see what got all this started. And mind y'all, we probably would have given this some light over here in the black box just because, it's a constant, we riding on them 7 C's. However, I just happen to be personally acquainted with Suge Knight and Reggie Wright for over 20 years. So these are my peers. This subject matter is interesting to me. So let's, with no further ado, see what the crew has been up to.
She glitched LOXD Block, Silverback Gorilla up in here, man. Streaming over 1 million viewers and listeners and all that. Indiscretion TV, Valentino #1, Tupac channel, streaming over 2 million viewers and listeners, man. That's crazy. Y'all rocking.
Discretion TV, the best there is, the best there was, the best there gonna be. The #1 Tupac channel, aka Machiavelli channel. I want to thank y'all for tapping in. This is our 7th year.
Wait a minute. Bomb First got some competition? I didn't know nobody was out here claiming to be the #1 Machiavelli Tupac channel outside of John and Reggie. I had no idea. I can see this is tension already off top. Okay.
7th month anniversary. We got Suge Knight live for you guys as a special thank you. a special gratitude. Also, this is his 30th year to a lot of monumental things in hip hop. We're talking about the 30 year of the Source Awards, 30 years of him losing his big bro, Big Jake, 30 years of the Snoop Dogg and the Dog Pound New York shooting. These are monumental events.
Damn, is it 30 years of anything positive, player? God damn. Did he win a Grammy 30 years ago? Did he touch a certain monumental amount of money? Did he sell a certain amount of records? This nigga went through all tragedies. That's fucked up.
And I'm trying to get there, but I need to find more about Suge.
The fact that we keep going over and over and over from the beginning of time, that black men always got to fight black men, for the ones who think they slaves and got to show up for their slave now.
Man, when he said that, I got a cold vision of the Django. When them white men, rich white men used to have black boys in there fight to the death for their entertainment in them real private quarters. It's crazy.
I'm not one. I'm not racist, but I am black. So I'm going to speak and try to do my best to represent what I am, which is black. Not that I believe in crime on anyone. I'm older now, so things I did when I was younger, I choose not to do now. But I'm definitely against black on black crimes and all the shit that you guys got going on between podcasters and the rappers. But more importantly, culture vultures is very serious. Now, I don't personally have something to say bad about Reggie, but I do have a problem with Racist John. Racist John is a liar. This is a guy who never really worked for me, but he did some, internet stuff or whatever.
I also know John. That's another reason why this content is interesting to me. My relationship with John goes back almost just as far as my relationship with Reggie. It should. Spiderloke.com was my very first website. John used to host it. He also had it on his server with GoDaddy. That's why I knew about GoDaddy way back then. And I had a relationship with John, although I had never met him in person. My relationship was pretty steady because he did a lot of things for me online over the years, and he used to manage almost everything I had going online that wasn't attached to Crash back in the day. So I know John very well. He was living in LaGrange, Georgia for the majority of that time back in the days. I remember I had dealt with him so long, talking on the phone. I said, man, this is crazy, man. I don't even, you know what I look like. I ain't got no idea what you look like. And I remember Fool sent me a picture or directed me somewhere online where I could at least see what he looked like. But I know John.
Got $1,000 a month until he started having an affair with Sid.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
I also know Sid, and it's understood from being around there that Sid would allow a man to be in his bed, give him some bottom and maybe some head. I'm just saying that was understood. Now, I never knew that there was allegations of John being down with that too. It said, I know a while ago, Reggie name came up with some wooty wop, and I kind of chimed in. So I remember hearing something like that, and it was said, Reggie texted me like, man, you got it, like, why you, I wasn't quite sure. I had came back on here and said maybe I had some blended memories, but damn, John had said.
The guy used to work for me. One other thing, if you look at the Tory Lane situation, if you look at my situation, even Puffy's situation, we can say what we want to say about Puffy. One side can say this, another side can say that. But at the same time, if Puffy's going to have organized crime, racketeering, and everything on him, if that's what they choose to do, I'm fine with that. But if you got lawyers, business people who's not black, and they doing 1,000 more than Puffy, they should be on both sides. The law should be colorblind. And I'm not a lawyer, but I'm always want to do something for the inner cities, because that's who need the help the most. And the ones we pay the most hurt us the most in the legal field.
I know my mama sure appreciated going to that Mother's Day brunch Suge threw in Beverly Hills and had all them entertainers there. And my mama usually don't even go to stuff like that as far as worldly, outside of church or religious things. But she enjoyed meeting like Shaquille O'Neal, Big Boy from the radio station. I could recall after the brunch, Big Boy was sitting there and he was taking pictures with people. And my mama was like in a little line to take a picture. She went, and I remember before she took her picture, I remember her getting in his ear. And I know she talking about the Lord, probably even pray with him. And then bam, Big Boy asshole comedian. So I went to take a picture after my mama. So I walked up, said whatever I said. He was like, "Hey man, that's your mama right there?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Man, you come up talking this whoopty." Whatever I said was so opposite of the way she said. He took that moment to make a real organic joke. It was funny as fuck. Oh, blah. He was like, I think I spoke in his ear because it's loud. And I think I said some gangster shit. And he was like, "Man, that's your mama, man." That shit was funny, but it nevertheless, yeah. Shout out Suge for that. And I was able to take my brother. Shout out Derek in Arizona. His life has been faced with extreme challenges. A lot of y'all know who Derek is, but I remember me and Derek being in the skybox watching Kobe and Shaq from Suge luxury suite up there. So I appreciated quite a few things that I experienced from dealing with Suge, but I don't want to get off the subject.
So, I know somebody who's really on point, who really care about helping the people in the inner city, regardless if it's a woman or a man. So what I would like to propose is that we can start somewhere. Attorney Jasmine can come on and give knowledge and advice.
Jasmine, I didn't know your name came up first with Suge in this situation. Now I get it. And I see he's speaking into existence. You coming online to share some of your expertise, thoughts, and insight. I want to invite you and let you know you have a very safe space here on the Black Box. You feel me? We would love your presence here.
And at the beginning, you can't even get advice for free from most attorneys. But I'm Suge Knight. I understand what it takes to be a man, especially a black man. I understand what it takes to get your freedom. So this is my gift to you. Back in the day, I used to give free counsel for people in the state, in the feds, and pay for it out of my own pocket. I'm in prison. I can't pay for it out of my own pocket.
Oh, my mama. As soon as my parole officer, shout out Mr. Martinez back in the day, it's back in the 90s, early 2000s. As soon as I made sure he got on the phone with Suge got me off of parole early too, 13 months.
You know, a great attorney is willing to give you great advice. Tune in for the next time, along with Attorney Jazz. Jasmine, I don't even know who Jazz is, but, as you definitely guess, I'm out.
You got $1,000 a month until you start having an affair with Sid, one of the guys used to work for me. 2 men.
Do y'all know if John has responded to that? John, is that true? Because a lot of times at this point in people's life or just other people, they get caught up in a lot of them situations. They don't even deny it. So I don't know if Suge's just throwing this allegation out there and John is yet to respond, react, or if he claiming it, denying it, or what. Yo, John, is that true at all?
And to the fact that he started a company called Bomb First, which we know where that name comes from, Tupac.
Right.
But at the same time, you want to bring people on your platform to talk bad about Tupac, who never met Tupac. I never hung out with Tupac. Well, one person met him. You bring James on there that Tupac put James on his pocket, left him drunk crying.
That's so hard to believe, but it's not impossible. I just think of the size difference. I just can't imagine it, but I seen Poupe from Gray Street, and I ain't gonna mention the homie name from Backstreet, but a big old nigga from Backstreet. I'm talking about Suge Knight, Tupac difference in size. One punch, night. Up at Centinela on the yard. Shout out Poupe.
And upset. But you bring Mo in to talk about it, he didn't even know the man. Or all the ones who...
When you say size differences, you might think the little dude was like Huff. No. When I'm talking about skinny like Tupac, bony, when niggas used to bag on him, I remember PJ from 60s bagged on him one time. He was like, man, you look like that thing when the teacher tell you, this is your ribs, this is your this. Oh, that's how skinny he was. And I'm talking about the nigga he knocked was a big old, like, not Vin Diesel, the other nigga. The real one that everybody be thinking Vin Diesel is. Which is the nigga that be with Kevin Hart. Y'all know the big white, calf black, whatever, kind of like triple. What's that nigga name? That's crazy. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though. He big like Cub. And a little bitty nigga like Kevin Hart. Knocked him. Over a beanie.
So how could you say you using Found First, one of Tupac's fans, to go against it? That's a problem to me. That's what you call a culture vulture. That's a problem when you'll take Grace and John. It's no gray area with me. It's about the truth.
Right.
If you turn around and say that one of my baby's mothers, which I'm not going to say the name, was wearing a wire to try to get me in trouble, had no idea they was, but the truth is the truth. I didn't do nothing wrong, no time to get in trouble. That's why I didn't get in trouble. But when at the same time that you said on the show, Racing John along with Reg, and said that she had a problem, she had a case, so Reg took it to the FBI to get off her trouble to try to lie on me. What's crazy about that, Racing John, when y'all did that interview, you said her real government name, when Reg and the rest of them had gave her an alias name. That's like not only putting her in danger, even though I'm the one, according to you guys, she's trying to cross up. I have a child with this woman.
Right.
So if they were shooting at her, what if my child would have got hurt? Because these culture vultures, racist people, don't care about nothing but views, except when it comes to their truth. More importantly, everybody got something to talk about. Why they don't talk about what they did in life? Don't talk about what I did in life. Talk about what you did in life. And if it comes to death row, none of you motherfuckers never worked at death row in that position. If you got $1,000 to get on the internet, be that $1,000 internet person. If you been sucking Cedric's dick and a few more dicks, be that dick.
Oh my God, no way,
Except for you was, Racist John. If you stole gold chains and medallions from my office, your word said so in the proof, and some of the other people to put my money, my profit in your pocket, that's crazy. If you turn around and just unreleased Tupac songs, and some of the people in Canada, you couldn't steal them by yourself.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
But you did. Any person that loves Tupac and loves Death Row, they shouldn't describe nothing in life listening to Racist John. If Reg told the truth to do something on himself, on his own, that's him. But anything with Racist John involved with, nobody should never support him.
Yeah.
Period. When it comes to my company, if you're not the one that made any of those decisions, I think one of the worst things that happen to Death Row is letting police, crooked cops, bring it down. When you look at that.
That's crazy he said that, but if that is the case, he has to take responsibility because he brought him aboard. Oh, Lord, back to the subject at hand. We revisit this subject on request of attorney Jasmine, and I did notice one thing in that letter. She said she's a single individual. I'm not sure if that was a legal term or was that a casual term. And just in case it was casual with your fine as wine self, this is an old record, but chillax, baby.
Next girl. Next you meet me at the airport.
What? The airport? When? Now?
As soon as possible.
Babe, you know I have a lot to do. You know I'm like really busy around here.
I'm trying to work it out.
Okay, I'll see you.
To my nigga SPI, Spotter Low, you know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe, stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Hey, with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga is Spider Low. Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
It's Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the fuck?
My nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low. Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nate Bud, C-Mac. Shout out my Loke, Spider Loke, huh? Nate Bud, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, crib.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!